There is arguably no better feeling in fantasy football than when you land an absolute steal. You get my 2025 Fantasy Football Draft Dominator, which is jam-packed with strategy and analysis for 250-plus players. And he's been strong in fantasy football. He's averaging over 18 fantasy points per game over 25 career games where he's played at least 73% of the offensive snaps. 2025 Week Winner, formerly known as the Heat Map. So you can conquer start-sit dilemmas, find plug-and-play streamers, and dominate your weekly matchups with this one-of-a-kind resource, Discord community, where you can get personalized advice from 180-plus and counting sharp fantasy football minds that are helping each other dominate. 365 days of elite fantasy football analysis, resources, and Discord community.
Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tanner Dawson of Basement Brewed Fans Football. Mikey is under the weather. He is unable to make it today, but the show must go on. Week 8 doesn't stop, right? Due to whatever we wanted to might stop for. So you get me. You get me here utilizing the week winner, utilizing the best I can for you. And I want to make sure we do address these questions because it is important, right? It is important, especially at this time. Week 8, week 9, week 10. We're in the middle of these tough bye weeks. There's only 13 games I think I counted this week playing. So there's a lot of issues going on. Lamar Jackson's out. Tyrod Taylor's out. I know there was a couple others that got announced yesterday here. It's a wild time. It's a wild time. I'm pretty sure I don't have a quarterback in one of my leagues because I literally have two guys on a injured and Tyrod Taylor is my backup, and Jacoby Brissett's out. So I'm pretty sure I don't have any quarterback in at least in one of the leagues, which is just a wild, wild time. But it's the world of fantasy football. It's what we live in. So, guys, Mikey's exactly. He's on the IR today. He'll be back next week. You can say it's day to day. So, but no, like I said, we'll have a great show here. We'll get questions in here. We'll take a look here at the week winner, and go from there. So, make sure you guys continue to drop in the questions. I'll answer the best I can. We'll show you the week winner. Mikey did say, he shot me a message this morning. Okay. He says, please let the audience know if they email me at mikey@basementbrewedff.com. Okay. I'll put it up on the screen for you. He will, with the subject week winner. So put in the subject week winner. He will send them this week's week winner for free. For free, guys. You get to test out what I'm going to show you here for free today. If you email Mikey at basementbrewedff.com, subject week winner, you get that week winner for free this week. Can't beat it. We'll keep chiming in on that here. So without further ado, guys, let's pop the monster. Let's get into it. Let's get some questions going. Barely slept, but man. It's impressive, Jordan. I'm telling you what, you're impressive here. Through 8 weeks, pretty much I think you are. I've been the first guy, even last week when I was gone. So I'm impressed, man. Impressed. All right, let's kick it off here. Here's a fun one for you. Jaden Higgins, Troy Franklin, or Christian Watson. PPR #desperate. I feel pretty, that's pretty crazy, man. I feel that. I did do a video on Troy Franklin short there this week. I don't know if you guys caught it. I thought it was pretty interesting, the setup for Troy Franklin this week here, but we can dig into these here and see what we got going down for this one here. So let's start here. Let's see where Jaden Higgins is. Now, I'm not going to be as smooth as Mikey. So but we're going to do our best here. So Jaden Higgins right now is definitely in the no column, F column. Of course, my view isn't going to be the same either. There we go. Hey, there's not much to it, huh? Tons of upside if he ever works his way into the starting role, which might be this week. Let's see if I can find out more on the Nico Collins situation. Houston injury. That was something I've been trying to monitor here. Let's see here. Give me something recent. So I have not seen an update. I was at the KU game yesterday, which was unfortunately a dud event for me. Provide an update. So they've ruled out. Okay, so he did get ruled out. I missed that part. So Jaden Higgins with a little upside there. I do like that. Okay, so we do got that potential this week. Currently in the no, but we'll let's see where the other guys are real quick here. From that standpoint. Troy Franklin. There he is. Troy Franklin. So Troy Franklin feeling gross, right? I know Daniels is going to sneak in the starting lineup. We still got Christian Kirk there from that matter. So we'll put him on the back burner for right now. Troy Franklin, right now, his projection is a 10 to 14 PPR point on a 6 to 9. Very nice. Target range here. 46 catches, possibly about 50 yards to 75, maybe a touchdown. I think the touchdown is kind of what we're aiming for in this one. From a floor standpoint, you still got Cortland Sutton, you still got J.K. Dobbins, you still got, other guys that he's going to. That offense, by the way, has been feeling not what it should be, not what it was last year, but all of a sudden they scored 30 points last week. So who knows for it here. The game environment. So the Broncos are entering this game as slim 3.5 point home favorites with a dominant projected team in a total of 27 points, the fourth highest among all 26 teams on the week 8 slate. The narrow spread suggests a balanced offensive approach. The dominant projected team total suggests endless touchdown opportunities. 50.5, over under 50.5 here. The highest among all 13 games on the week 8 slate, which suggests a shootout environment. So this could be a game that we do target in our week 8 Phoenix football decisions. Right now, Troy Franklin currently averaging 9.6 PPR points per game, 6.6 targets, 3.9 catches, 40.3 yards, 0.3 touchdowns. He has two total. Scored 24 points in week 2, but has since been around 11 points or under. Seeing 19% of targets. Troy Franklin, it's a boom or bust, obviously, at this point for a wide receiver 4 or flex with a decent chance of booming in this possible shootout and mouthwatering matchup. If we look here, the matchup against the Cowboys, after 7 games, the Cowboys presented a mouthwatering matchup of wide receivers, beating the 13th most catches, 4th most yards, most touchdowns allowed, which I really enhanced there in the short there, and the 2nd most PPR points per game. Oh, Kirk's out. Okay, thanks, Jordan, for the update there. Dang, that's another one I had questionable going into Thursday. That's going to be out. That's a shame. Man, what a week this is going to be for fantasy. 7 wide receivers, 7 games. So obviously Malik Neighbors, who's now out. Wan'Dale Robinson, Luther Burden, Romeo Dubs, Garrett Wilson, Tet, all scored 15 plus PPR points against the Cowboys. 3 of them, Neighbors, Robinson, and Dubs, scored 28 plus PPR points. Neighbors had 37.7 week 2. So, all right. So I like Troy Franklin in the situation. Where are we at here? We are pick 1. All right. So Christian Watson. Now Christian Watson's coming back from injury. So he's in the dull range here as well, and the no. Making this 2025 debut here this week or should be this week. Should immediately compete for a top 3 role. Wouldn't feel great about putting him in lineups until we have a clue about him going off, especially the top. So basically, we're now between Jane. Holy cow! There it is. Jane Higgins and Troy Franklin here. Houston. Let's see here. Where are my Texans? So right now, Texans game script here, 41.5 total points. Texans are favored by -1.5. I mean, you're looking at 3 touchdowns here. 49ers defense. I mean, I know they lost some pieces, but they're still a really good defense. And Houston has been a big struggle offense. CJ Stroud hasn't looked the best by any means. And that's my Houston reporters telling me that too. So I think if I'm looking at a floor here, so if I just need anything but a zero burger, I would probably lean Higgins. If I'm looking at, hey, I need 10 plus points here, potentially looking here, I'd go for the shootout with Troy Franklin. So I think the shootout with Troy Franklin would be probably the pick I would go with and start here, just based off the data here within the week winner. So I'm going Troy Franklin. Jaden Higgins isn't far behind. I'm gonna wait here on Christian Watson for that one, unless there's more news that comes out of Green Bay there that favors Watson more. But I think I'm gonna go Franklin, Higgins, and then Watson on my order for that one. Greg, what's up, Greg? Happy Sunday. I know. I've gone through it 3 times. I don't go through my lineups that much, just because I got other stuff going on. But now I got to go back through it after the show, in between my other show, after this. So and who knows? I might have to go back through it before the start of the 12 o'clock games. The way this is going, so that's how it goes. So yeah, no, I appreciate Jordan marking that here for that one. Derek Devereaux. Derek, what's up, man? Morning. I can't believe I have to choose between Zach Ertz or Rico Dowdle in a full point PPR today, but here we are. That sounds fun, man. That sounds like a fun pick here. Now we got to remember, last I heard, unless you guys know something I don't, Terry and Debo are due back Monday night against the Chiefs here. And we can take a look here at that game script here real quick here. 47.5 total points is what they're aiming for right now. I wonder if that's been adjusted with the Daniel news. I'm sure it has. Let me get the update here. If I can get my right app here. Monday. So it's up to 48 now. 48 total points there for the Chiefs game here. We got obviously the Chiefs 12.5 point favorites. So Marcus Mariota's going to be looking to pass. He's going to be looking to pass here. Now the Chiefs defense been on lockdown. I've never seen Bolton cover as well as he's been covering. I mean, the Chiefs scheme there on the defensive side has just it's been pretty solid. I mean, and I'm not speaking just from a homer. I've been impressed by where we're at. So for that, I mean, for the Chiefs here. So these the fact that these numbers are where we're at makes sense to me. Tight end 30th best. Remember, this team opened up as the favorite for against tight end. So but the thing is, they are projected to be passing the ball here. Okay, Rico Dowdle. We can take a look here at Rico Dowdle. Right now, I'm really leaning on the Ertz route, but let's see where Rico Dowdle is and see his potential. Now, no Bryce Young, so it sounds like it's a Andy Dalton show from what I picked up here. So give or take what you mean with that. I know Chuba's back as well. So the projection today is that Rico Dowdle is going to 10 to 14 PPR points on 12 to 16 touches. So 2 to 4 targets and maybe a touchdown, right? He's in a near 50-50 split right now with, it'll be 6 to 8 snaps with Chuba. So his ceiling 16 to 19 if he pushes 18 touches with 3 to 4 catches and converts a TD, 4 points there. It's a running back friendly defense. The Bills aren't dominant. Ed Oliver is back as of today. He should be back today. So I mean, there is that there. I don't hate Rico Dowdle in this situation either. The Panthers are entering this game as an uncomfortable 7.5 point home underdog with a low projected team total of 19 points, fifth fewest, or fifth lowest among all 26 teams on the week 8 slate. The uncomfortable spread suggests a potential pass heavy approach. Yes, it does. While the low projection team totals suggest touchdown opportunities will be severely limited. Chuba, let's see. Chuba played 54% of snaps. He handled 47.1% of the touches, including 2 catches, 3 targets. Rico Dowdle played 46% of the snaps, handled 52.9% of the touches, and he had 1 catch on 2 targets. Dowdle gained 96 scoreless scrimmage yards, while Hubbard had 55. I want to say Chuba handled more touches in the red zone than Dowdle. This looks like a 50-50 split moving forward. The Dowdle continue looks like the best bet regardless of their risky RB3 flex, which I agree. But now you're going against the Bills. The matchup against the Bills here. After 6 games, the Bills presented a mouth-watering matchup for running backs, holding them to the 10th fewest receiving yards, and otherwise the 3rd most rushing yards, 13th most catches, 4th most touchdowns, 4th most PPR points per game, and the 2nd most PPR points per touch at 1.03. 4 running backs in the game. 4 running backs in 6 games. Derrick Henry, Devon, Ramondre, Bijan had scored 16 plus PPR points against the Bills. Henry Robinson each scored 31 plus. 3 running backs in 6 games. Kamara, Kendre, Tyler Algier scored 10 to 13 points, PPR points against the Bills. Breece Hall is the only one to score less than 10 PPR points on double-digit touches. Oh. All right, let's look up Ertz real quick. Let's just see where he's shaking at. Zach Ertz in the feeling gross category. All right, let's see here. Ertz projection 6 to 10, 5 to 7 targets. It's the ceilings because of the negative game script here. That's what I'm looking at here. The 12 to 14, 8 to 10 targets, garbage time scores with Mariota. Game environment right now. Obviously, we talked about the 12.5 point underdogs with 17 implied points is what we're looking at here for Washington. It's the 3rd lowest among all 26 teams here in week 8. It suggests a very pass heavy approach here. And the team total suggests touchdown opportunities will be severely limited. He even bolded that right there. So the Chiefs defense is obviously a streaming defense if you can grab them and have them. Zach Ertz here. Let's see here. Averaging 10 PPR points per game, 4.9 targets, 3.3 catches, 32.7 yards, and 4 total touchdowns is where he's at. He scored 0 to 7 points in 3 games, scored 1 touchdown in all 4 games. He scored 11 plus PPR points, scored 0 touchdowns in all 3 games. He scored fewer than 7 PPR points. He's just targeted 3 to 4 targets. What I'm looking for here is I was hoping to see some Mariota stats there. So seeing 18% of the team's targets, that lone help Zach Ertz in week 8 is the Mariota throws the ball 40 plus time, giving him a chance to rack up garbage time catches. Touchdowns are unlikely in this low scoring environment, brutal matchup. Matchups for the Chiefs here. After 7 games, Chiefs present a terrifying matchup for tight ends. one of the third fewest catches, fourth fewest yards, fewest touchdowns, and third fewest PPR points per game. Just 2 tight ends in 7 games. Mark Andrews and Laporta have been able to reach 8 PPR points in the Chiefs this year. Theo, Brenton Strange, and Michael Mayer all fell short there. Remember, no Brock Bowers last week. Honestly, Derek, when I look here at the week winner here, and I'm trying to make my decision between these two guys here, I really want to go Ertz in a way because of the passing potential, but knowing that Debo and Terry are back here, and the Chiefs defense is what the Chiefs defense is, I'm going Daddle. Daddle has a more favorable matchup against the Bills here. I think Daddle here as well is it's a more opportunistic time for him, especially since it's close to 50-50 share. And I don't think Chuba takes over the whole reins here. So I'm going Rico Dowdle in the full point PPR today. That's who I'm selecting here for this one here. Now, guys, you guys can all get into this here, and you can get the week winner for free today. Today only. You email Mikey at basementbrewedff.com. Put in the subject, week winner. He will send you this week's week winner for free. That's all you got to do. No signups. Just email the guy, week winner in the subject, and he will take care of you. But do it before, obviously, the 11 o'clock noon hour, depending where the time zone you're in. 11 o'clock here for me. Or noon is what game time start here for me in Central. So make sure you guys get that in. It's a great opportunity, for this range here. I do want to give a quick shout out to our giveaways here. We are getting close to the end of October, which means another giveaway is going to happen here for Basement Brew Fans Football. BS Collectibles is our guy.
Are you into sports memorabilia? Then BS Collectibles is your one-stop shop for all things autographed. Whether you're looking to buy retail, stock up wholesale, or dive into the thrill of memorabilia breaks, BS Collectibles has what you need. Check out their retail website, join the live streams, or take a shot with the Fire Factory Mystery Box series and take your collection to the next level. BS Collectibles, whatever it is, we bring the fire.
There you go. BS Collectibles. Pretty cool shop there. Pretty cool shop. By the way, I just did learn from my Cowboys guy that the Dallas Cowboys secondary is down to backups only. They are missing multiple people there. So that Troy Franklin kind of looks even better. Let's see here. What's up, NHL Steel? It's a good thing that NHL's back here. I don't know if you follow my guy Jim Behringer, but he's been all over the place here with the highlights there for it all. We got Downs or Higgins, and yes, I'm talking about T. We also have here Watson, T. Higgins, Downs, or Shaheed. So we'll go this route here for you here. That way we can kind of catch it all here. Ooh, look at this 4-1. Let's take a look here. Well, obviously, we talked about Watson already, so we're not going to go Watson. Watson, we're going to wait on. We're going to wait on to see exactly how he's working in this offense. T. Higgins, kind of can't hit against T. Higgins right now, as long as Joe Flacco's at quarterback. I like the opportunity here. Let's take a look at the Bengals Jets here. Right now, 44.5 point total. Bengals are 6-point favorites. Implied total here. Oh, if I can share my screen here. Implied total of 25.25 points here for the Bengals. And if we're looking here, the Jets are 21st. So it's not a really favorable matchup for wide receivers here, but you still got to score touchdowns and get into the ball here, for that play. Downs here on the Colts side, he's entering one of the heaviest games or highest total games here. I believe 31 is the highest implied total there for the Colts. I think that's the implied total for the NFL, and a minus 14.5 here. Very favorable matchup against the Titans. Obviously, being the third, or that's running back. I'm sorry, the 11th here. Still very favorable matchup here as we look into it. And Rashid Shaheed, 46.5 point game script here, 21 point total, and 18th. I mean, middle of the pack, right, for the Bucs defense against the receivers here. So let's break it out here. Let's take a look at T here. Let's just see exactly where we're at. There it is. So T right now is in the feeling good category. So we like what Mikey likes what he sees here on the data of T Higgins coming into play. So we're expecting T Higgins to be around 13, 18 PPR points, 7-10 catches, our targets, and maybe a touchdown, right? His game environment is Bengals entering as a comfortable 6.5 point favorites with a strong projected team total of 25.5 point team total, which we talked about, which is the 7th highest among the slate here for teams. Comfortable spread suggests a potential run heavy approach, while the strong projected team total suggests plenty of touchdown opportunities. T. Higgins scored 11.2 PPR points per game in his first game with Joe Flacco, 8 targets, 5 catches, 62 yards, 0 touchdowns. In his second game with Joe Flacco, he scored 21.6 PPR points in his second game at 10 targets, 6 catches, 96 yards, and 1 touchdown. Seeing roughly a 21% of Joe Flacco's targets, T. Higgins is a rock solid WR2 play. It certainly doesn't hurt that Sauce Gardner might miss this game with a concussion. There we go. I have not seen a Sauce Gardner update just yet here, but I mean, even in that case, right? Jets may not have any offense truly, and you're looking here at no Sauce Gardner. T. Higgins is a rock solid WR2R play. I think that's all we need to see from the T script there. We'll take a look here at downs. Let's see here. I know I saw him, but I don't think he was in the category that you wanted. I do like downs, but I think T. Higgins might be our guy this week here. All right, let's see if he has it as. So not there. So he's definitely not in the feel good category. So Josh Allen's in the feeling gross category for you. So, I mean, kind of looking here, expect Josh Allen's 8 to 12 PPR points, 5 to 8 targets. Blowout leaning, though, a run heavy game script here. The Colts are entering this game as a dominant 14-point favorite, which is still wild. I mean, you still want this offense here as exposure in your week 8 lineup here, averaging 9 points, PPR points per game. Scored 3 to 6 points in the 3 of 6 games, and he's only scored above 11 twice in the 6 games. Let's see here. He scored 5.4 PPR points against these very same Titans in week 3. Seemingly roughly 90% of the targets in the game is where Daniel Jones might not throw the ball 30 times. Josh Downs is a low floor, low ceiling wide receiver for flex. So we're going to eliminate Downs in that one here. Shaheed. I mean, they're going against the Bucs defense too. There's Rashid. So Rashid Shaheed's expecting a 9 to 13 PPR points on 6 to 9 very nice targets. Nice. And maybe a touchdown. The game environment. The Saints are entering this uncomfortable 4.5 point home underdog, but only a projected team total of 21 points, which we talked about. 10th lowest among all 26 teams on week 8 slate. The uncomfortable spread is just potentially pass heavy approach with limited touchdown ability. So Rashishi, he's averaging 11.2 PPR points per game, just short of 6.5 targets, 4.3 catches, 2 total touchdowns, 51.6 yards. Entirely boomer bust, scoring fewer than 10 PPR points in 5 of 7 games. No touchdowns, any of them, but 15.2 points in week 2, and he had touchdown then, and then 21.4 points in week 5, he had touchdown then. Seeing 19.8% of targets, Rashishi is a boomer bust wide receiver for flex. I think your answer here, I mean, if we're looking here between these two questions here, we're going T. Higgins. T. Higgins is the obvious answer here. NHL steal, and I hope that helps you out there. I personally will wait on Watson. Right now, Watson's in I said the no category, so which is column F, and so we're gonna go T. Higgins here. We're gonna go T. Higgins here. Dollar bill _9. Welcome in. Sit 1 full PPR. Odunze, Jalen Warren, Judkins, full PPR here. Okay. What's a good full PPR? I like this one. This is a good question. Look here, Odunze. Obviously, we all love Odunze into play. Can you not on this the Bears offense going against the Ravens? So Odunze has a blue dot in the feel good category. So right now he's going to be leaning on what we like to play. Okay. Rome here, obviously game environment. We'll go to the game environment here. Bears are entering this game as 6.5 point road underdogs with a projected team total of 22 points, which is the 13th lowest. Does suggest a potential pass heavy approach, but modest touchdowns opportunities. It does. That said, this game does have a mouth-watering over/under 50.5, the highest among all 13 games on the Week 8 slate, suggesting a possible shootout environment if the Bears can exceed their modest scoring expectations. This is a game to target in your Week 8 fantasy football decisions. Rome, he's averaging 15 PPR points per game, 7.7, 4 catches, 59.8 yards, 5 total touchdowns. Scored 15 plus PPR points in each of the first 4 games, including an eruption of 31.8 points in week 2. But since that's followed 2 straight games under 6 PPR points, seeing 25% of the Caleb Williams targets, Rome has been a high-end wide receiver 2 with a wide receiver 1 upside in this mouth-watering matchup. Pass-heavy game script, possible shootout. And we take a look here with the Ravens, the matchup against the Ravens here for Rome. After 6 games, the Ravens present a mouth-watering matchup against 4 wide receivers. Ravens are bleeding the most, 7th most catches, 12th most yards, 2nd most touchdowns, most rushing yards, 4th most PPR points per game. I dropped a short on Zacchaeus early on this week here, and we talked about that Ravens defense on that short there. So, 11 wide receivers in just 6 games have scored 10 plus PPR points against the Ravens. Keon Coleman, Amon Ra, Xavier Worthy, Nico Collins, Xavier Hutchinson each scored 16 plus against Baltimore. I mean, we even have a couple guys that scored 20 plus. So, what do we got? Jalen Warren. Man, I don't know if I'm going to go the Jalen Warren route here. We'll see where he's at here. Oh, so he is in the yellow feel good category here. Let's take a look at his game script here. So right now, his game environment is the Steelers entering the game as a slim 3-point home underdogs with a subpar projected team total of 21.25 points. The narrow spread suggests a balanced offensive approach, while a subpar projected team total suggests limited touchdown ability. Jalen Warren right now has scored 13 to 14 points in 2 games, 17 to 20 points in 2 games, mixing in a low of 8.3 points in week 6, his first game back from injury. So if we remove that game, he's averaging 16.1 PPR points and 18.5 touches per game. Okay. Handling roughly 65% of the backfield touches when active. Jalen Warren is a volume-based RB2, but his downside was in this terrifying matchup here. After 6 games, so we'll go to the matchup against the Packers, which is what he's alluding to here. After 6 games, the Packers present a terrifying matchup for running backs, allowing the second most RB catches, but holding them to the 4th fewest rushing yards, 9th fewest receiving yards, 2nd fewest touchdowns, 3rd fewest PPR point totals, and 4th fewest PPR points per touch. Despite 7 running backs handling 10 plus touches against the Packers, you have 3 running backs in 6 games have been able to reach 10 PPR points. Gibbs, Judkins, Javonte, all in between 15 and 19. Montgomery, Eckler, Chase Brown, and Bam Knight all came up short. Okay, we're gonna pocket that one. Maybe a floor one. Let's take a look here at Judkins, because I do love me some Judkins as of late. All right, let's take a look here at Judkins here. He is in the yellow category, the meh. So that's something to think about here with the yellow dot. So game environment here. Browns are entering this game as a 7-point road underdog. Low projected team total of 16.75 points, which is the lowest among the week 8 slate for teams. Ooh, that's rough. I didn't realize they were that low. Holy cow. This is an elite spot to fire up the Patriots defense if you have them. Another potential there if you have opportunities for defenses. But most likely they're taken. Let's look at Judkins here from a game perspective here. Scored 16 point plus PPR points in 3 of 6 games. Scored 10 to 14 PPR points in 2 to 6 games. Roughly a 69 percent of snaps. Judkins is a solid RB2, but this is a brutal matchup in a brutal game environment here. So let's take a look here. Matchup against the Patriots. After 7 games, the Patriots present a terrifying matchup for running back like Judkins, limiting the 2nd fewest rushing yards, 5th fewest rushing touchdowns, 6th fewest PPR points per game, and the 6th fewest PPR points per touch. Just 1 RB in 7 games. Devon Achane has been able to reach 14 PPR points against the Pats. 4 running backs in 7 games. Genty, Warren, Kamara, and Pollard lay in between 12 and 13. 3 running backs in 7 games. Chuba, Dowdle, Cook handled double-digit touches, but failed to reach double-digit PPR points against the Pats. Interesting. All right, so you need to sit 1. Honestly, I think at this point here, because he is so involved in the offense here, I have a hard time. I still have a hard time sitting Judkins in this matchup here. I just don't think you can sit Judkins. He's really part of this Browns offense and what makes it go, Not sitting Odunze, obviously. It's between Judkins and Warren here. Warren is going against the Packers that are way higher, way better than the against the running backs here. But the Patriots are 27th, not far behind. All right. This is going to be like a 51-49 deal here for me, but I'm starting Odunze. We're keeping Judkins in the lineup despite him being in the yellow category. We're benching Warren. That's and you, take that as what you may here, but that's the route I'm going here based on the data for what I see here and how I'm using the week winner. So Odunze and Judkins are in. Warren is my guy out. And you guys can see all this as well. Basement Brewed, email Mikey at basementbrewedff.com. Throw in the subject, week winner. And you can get what I'm looking at right now for free this week. For free this week. You can make your decisions here. Has all the notes here that I can double click here. It gives you the breakdown, gives you the data that he's seeing. You have 3 categories. You're my boy blue, which is your start. Feel good, man, feel gross, and no. Okay. So you can do that as well. He updates it. It's a lifetime or not lifetime. Well, it is live when you get into it, but it's a great update. Okay. It's a great thing to have. It's a great resource when it comes to weeks like this where earlier question, do I start Jaden Higgins? Or do we start Christian Watson? Or do we go somewhere, Troy Franklin, right? Having those decisions, be able to make those decisions are a thing here as well. We also have a streamers tab for kickers, defenses, tight end streamers, QB streamers, RBs the stash if you have room, wide receivers to watch. You have a team projection total here. Obviously, talking about the implied point totals. So, what are they supposed to score? And then a touchdown regression tab. That's nice to have here. I won a little bit of money on my touchdown bets last year on that. So I haven't quite popped it into this week, but all this week here is for free. Mikey at BaseballBrewedFF.com. Subject week winner. He'll shoot it over your way. So make sure you guys get into that. All right. We're getting close to the 9 o'clock hour, so I'll try to speed things up a little bit here. Go Noel. I'll start him over Tony Pollard since I have all the upside I can get. Yep. I like that. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Derek Devereaux came back in with another question. Need to pick up another league. PPR, all 3 Texan receivers are still available. Yeah, I'd go Noel. I'd go Noel in this one here as well for that one. Appreciate it, Jared. Josh Goad. Algier against the lowly Dolphins or Tony Pollard? Made a short on this as well. Mikey had a little breakdown early on the Tyler Algier situation here, but we can break into it here. Basically, here's where I'll put it here. I'll look here at Tyler Algier real quick here. He scored 10 to 15 points per game, or PPR points in 3 of 6 games, 1 touchdown each, and also 1 to 2 PPR points in 3 of the other 6 games with 0 touchdowns. He had handling just enough touches. He had 30.9%, right, as an RB3 flex radar. But no involvement in the pass game. Tyler Algier is a touchdown or bust RB3 flex. His chances are enhanced because of going against the Dolphins defense here. After 7 games, Dolphins presented mouth-watering for running backs. The most rushing yards, 11th most catches, 7th most receiving yards, 15th most touchdowns, 5th most PPR points per game, and 12th most PPR points per touches. 6 of the 7 games, you had running backs, Ramondre, James Cook, Brees Hall, Rico, Kimani, Quinshawn, all scored 16 plus PPR points against the Dolphins, 4 of which Cook, Dowdle, Vidal, and Vidal, scored 20 plus. In fact, let's see here. In fact, Dowdle, holy cow, combined. So Dowdle, Vidal, and Judkins scored a combined 81.6 PPR points against the Dolphins in the last 3 games alone. Holy cow. I love where Tyler Algier sits here in this matchup here, but let's look up Pollard real quick. Promise to keep it somewhat quicker for you now that you kind of got a taste of it here. Pollard here. Let's see here. Titans are entering this game as a 14-point road underdog, right? The lowest among the 20, and the implied point total 16.75 suggests a very pass-heavy approach this week here and severely limited touchdowns. Tony Pollard right now, he scored 10 to 14 points in 3 games, and that includes week 3 against the very same Colts and a high of 16.85 in points in week 5. He's handling roughly 94% of the backfield touches in the first 4 games without Tajay, but now he's 59% in the last 2 games with Spears. He did catch 6 of 6 targets last week, So we'll hope that he's still involved heavy in the pass game. So kind of producing this 2-score blowout, very potential 2-score blowout. Regardless, he's an unexciting RB3 flex and danger environment and terrifying matchup. We look here at the matchup against the Colts here. This is where I kind of stare at here. The Colts are holding running backs to the 7th fewest rushing yards, 12th fewest catches, 14th fewest receiving yards, 9th fewest touchdowns, 5th fewest PPR points per game, and 13th fewest PPR points per touch. 3 running backs in 7 games, Devon, J.K., and Ashton, have been able to reach 14 PPR points against the Colts, none of which were able to reach 17. Because of the diminishing snaps with Tajay. Man, I'm leaning I'm leaning Tyler Algier in this one. I mean, gosh, man, it's so hard too. Because you don't want Tyler Algier relies on that touchdown to happen here. But Tony Pollard's going against such the Colt standpoint here. It's a tough one. These decisions are never fun here. Man. Honestly, I'm going Tyler Algier here. And this is like a 52-48 feel for it. So I'm going Tyler Algier here. I think I'll get possibly a better chance of a touchdown here to get some points here. So I'm going Algier here for this one. Guys, I talked about you guys can get this here with the email here. I mean, there's more to it. There's more to it than just the week winner here for Basement Brewed Fantasy Football. We got a draft guide. There's the trend sheet that he just came out with, which is awesome. His waiver wire. So every Monday, you'll see the waiver wire drops here and also a previous week recap of usage. The Discord server where we have tons of fantasy football guys in there talking fantasy football, start, sit, trades, dilemmas, just having great discussions. And they're good people. That's the biggest part of it, right? Willing to help out there. There's more to it. There's more to it. Let's let Mikey explain a little more.
What's up, my fellow fantasy football nerds? If you're looking to dominate your league from start to finish and win cool prizes along the way, it's time to join the Basement Brewed Fantasy Football family. As a member, you're going to get our brand new 2025 Draft Dominator, which is your ultimate guide with tiers, rankings, and season previews for over 280 players to make sure you walk out of your draft with the best team in the league. And that's only the beginning. You're also going to get our 2025 Week Winner, which gives you contextual matchup analysis for every single player in every single game, every single week, so that you can conquer those difficult start-sit dilemmas and dominate your weekly matchups. And let's not forget our amazing Discord community, which is a family of passionate fantasy football players sharing strategy, workshopping dilemmas, and helping each other dominate 24/7, 365. Plus, if that wasn't enough, every single month you're automatically entered into our autographed jersey giveaway. It truly is a no-brainer if you want to take your fantasy game to the next level, have the most fun you've ever had playing this game, and support a small but mighty business along the way. Sign up today for just $69 for an entire year. Seriously. That's 365 days of total domination, community, and giveaways for less than your last bar tab. Join the BBFF family right now using the link that we left for you in the description of this episode. I'll see you inside.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's take a look here. We'll try to speed it up again a little more here. We're all at that 9 o'clock mark, the hour mark here for us here. Let's take a look here. Mike Duke. Appreciate your comment here. Pick 3 PPR, Jalen Noel, Boutte, Malik Washington, Jaden Higgins, Judy. Holy cow. See, now I'm going to have to take a look at where some of these guys are here. So, Noel, I think we established here. Kirk, Nico out. So Noel, I think pops into to 1. I think you got to start him in this range here. Let's see here. Butte. There it is. Kayshawn is in the feeling gross category here. Let's see here. So seeing just 12.8, he's a boomer bust wide receiver 4 flex matchup with a tough matchup in week 8. Let's go Washington here. I mean, you're going against the freaking Falcons, and I know there's potentially no Penix, so who knows what Kirk Cousins' offense will look like, but failed. See, here's the thing. Bills 49ers receivers failed to reach the 9 PPR points in the last 2 weeks. Keon, Shakir, Jawan Jennings, and Kendrick Bourne. So only 2 were able to get past 12 points on the just 5 receivers in 6 games here. Plus, Tua not going to throw 400 interceptions this week. Man, Malik's a tough go there. Jay Higgins, we talked about it already as well. I mean, he's on the blue side here. Honestly, between Higgins and I don't like starting 2 guys on the same team for this matchup here. Let's take a look at Judy. So Jerry Judy also in that feeling gross category, which we kind of figured. Let's see here. So somehow just averaging just 6.8 PPR points per game on 7.4 targets per game on the full 7-game season. He scored. He's been 6 straight games under 10 PPR points. Even despite 21% of the team's targets, he's impossible to trust anything. Yeah, it's true right now. And we all know kind of what the Patriots defense here has been. I mean, after 7 games, the Patriots present a mediocre matchup of 4 wide receivers, 15th most catches, 13th most yards, 11th most touchdowns, 14th most PPR points per game here. And the only thing is the game environment. The game environment encourages the pass here for Judy, which is kind of what I'd be looking for in this situation here. All right, that's all it was. Okay. Played 45% of snaps, handling 15. DeAndre played a season low. Man, I would hate. I mean, I don't know that actually might work out. I forgot that he handled so much here the last time because Swift did have a couple big plays there, and you are going against the Ravens. You are going against the Ravens there. So if I had to pick 3 in this list here, just off what I saw in the data, I'm probably going to go Noel in this one. I'm going to go Judy and was this Monangai? So the Bears running back there. I'm probably going to go those 3 just based off the situations that they have in play. Thanks, Mike. Mo Diesel. Rank these stash the rest of the season. I mean, we can take a look here at the streams and stashes tab here. You have blue. So right now, well, let me get rid of this here. Jadon Blue is, I mean, I wouldn't say the banger rankings, but he does have a green dot here, so it's a good stash. We got Wilson. Not even in my stashes tab right now, so I'd probably just hang on to him. Ollie Gordon is, I know he's here. He's in the yellow here, so would enter. If something ever happened to Devon, then I mean Ollie's stepping right in here. So if you had to go through it, I'd probably go Jaden, Ollie, Wilson as my rank there, just based off the streaming tab. PPR, what we got? Gerard, Pitts, Schultz, or Otten, and Monagai, Spears, or Isaiah Davis. Okay, I see now. Pitts, Schultz, or Otten. So let's pop over here to the tight end streamers is what we're looking here. Otten and Pitts here are high up there. Where's the other guy? Schultz. Schultz also has a nice little green dot here. Down here a little bit. I mean, those are 3 solid options here. Let's see here. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin will miss both this game, free up about 25 target shares for Kate Otten. Let's see. Over the last 3 games, Kate Otten is averaging 11.9 PPR points per game, 6.7 targets, 5.3 catches, just short 66 yards, no touchdowns. Scored 5-9 targets. So he's had 5 to 9 targets the last 3 games. Each of the last 3 games. Seeing roughly 20% of the targets, a number that will likely climb without Evans or Godwin. Otten is on tight end 1 radar. Oh yeah, who's he? I forgot who he is. Saints, that's right. So Saints are middle of the pack here, right? McBride had 12.1 in week 1. Theo Johnson dumped 21.3 on the week 5. But they're the only 2 tight ends to hit the 10 PPR points against the Saints so far. You're talking Tunges, Barner, Kincaid, Henry, and Komet all fell short. Kyle Pitts. I mean, they're entering the game as the favorites here against the Dolphins. Let's see here. Where's my 19.2% of the targets? Kyle's a boom or bust in his friendly matchup, but it might be a run heavy script here for him. After 7 games, Dolphins present 10th most, 7th most, 16th most. 4 tight ends in 7 games. Tyler Warren, Kincaid, Mason Taylor, Gadsden have scored 11 plus PPR points against the Dolphins. Kincaid scored 17.6. Hunter Henry and Harold Fannin are the only noteworthy names that fell short of the 8 points here. So it's a pretty friendly game. The only issue is like if he doesn't get a touchdown or his targets early, is his game over before we know it. And the other guy was Schultz. Oh yeah, I guess Kirk out. Nico out. This could be a thing here. Let's see here. This game has a low over under. That's the thing. This is more of a game to avoid than it is one to target here. Obviously based off the spreads and the totals and the implied points. So that's going to free up both those guys out. So Kirk and Nico out would free up 32.5% of targets, which is roughly 10 targets per game. Schultz balled out when Nico left in week 7. He had 9 of 10 targets for 98 scoreless yards. He now has 6 plus targets, 5 plus catches in the last 4 games. He's legit tied in 1 option if Collins and Kirk don't play. 49ers present a friendly matchup against tight ends. I mean, with this alone here, I think Schultz is my answer. Houston will be in a pass heavy, they might be in a passing situation here. No Nico, no Kirk. I think Schultz gets his targets this week here. I'm going Schultz here for the tight end part. This one's a fun one. So we have, I don't know how to say his name, Mongai, Spears, or Isaiah Davis here. So Kyle here is in the Kyle and Isaiah Davis have a green dot here. Tajay. Let's see Tajay here. Let's see where Tajay is. It's probably. Yeah, Tajay's in the feeling gross category. I mean, this is how I use my week winner when I do my lineups, guys. I might have the emotion factor, but I need the data factor here to justify my emotional factor. So, I I realize it's not like spitting in everything out, but this is how I use the week winner. Everybody probably uses it in a different way, but there's certain things that I look for when I go to set my lineups currently. Let's see here. Tajay. I'm looking for 3 games because he's back, averaging 5.8, handling 7 touches, including 2 to 3. Okay, no touchdowns. Has yet to reach 10 touches or 10 PPR points in the game. Desperation, terrifying matchup. So the only thing that racks up is the heavy pass garbage time. We'll go back to the streamers tab here. Let's take a look here. We got talked about Kyle already. Like, I think his stuff has increased here. I mean, and Brees Hall's still entering here. So if I had to go this route here, I'd probably go Kyle still in this range here. I probably would still go Kyle. Spears wouldn't be far behind with that decision. I mean, you're going against one of the better defenses against running backs there. So I'll probably go Kyle, Montague or whatever, and go that route. So, any word on Drake London status? Oh, let's take a look. Let's see what we can find here. All right, let's see here. I only like the good stuff here. 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 45 minutes ago. That's the one. London showed up here. No, it's limited. May not play. Okay, so no update there. Let's take a look here. This one. No concrete answer yet. So we probably won't know here for another hour, 20 minutes when inactives get into play. So it sounds like it's a game time decision here. So we'll have to keep at it here in an hour 20. Holy cow. All right. Brees Hall, Chase Brown, and Rico Dowdle standard league. Pick 2. I thought Brees would be a strong start, but I don't feel that way anymore after Fields was named the starter. I understand where you're sitting at with that one. If I had to pick 2 for a standard league here, I would probably still, but Rico's been a little bit more favorable here. Jets, Bengals. Rico's got. I would go Chase Dowdle in the standard league here. I think that's gonna be your two picks here. I'm kind of with you on the Fields name starter situation here. I think I'd probably go Chase in the standard league. I would go Chase and Dowdle in that one. The matchups just favor more for that one. Sanders, start 1. Downs, Franklin, Mooney. So we talked about Downs. We talked about Franklin already. Honestly, this comes down to what Drake London is, where Drake London's at. If London's out, Mooney's your guy. Plain and simple. I would wait till inactives hit, and I would take a look here, and if that's the case, we're going Mooney. If Drake London's playing, I might still go Mooney. Kirk Cousins, it sounds like he'd be the one throwing the ball. So I probably would go. I'll probably go Mooney in this one here. Franklin behind him, and then Downs would be my guy. I wouldn't bother with right now. So that again, it comes down to where Drake London is in this play. Guys, you can see this week winner as well. Again, reminder here. Subject week winner. Send it to Mikey at baseandbrewedff.com. Mikey will take care of you. He'll get this week's week winner to you, so you can check it out, explore it, see the notes, see all the tabs there, and see what you can do with it. It's a great DFS tool. I use it for player props a lot to verify, if I like the lines or not. And top of that, I use it for fantasy lineups, my fantasy decisions. So check it out. Again, free. You can get it free. You get it free right now. And subject line week winner, and he'll send this week's week winner to you for free. All right, let's see here. Lost my place here. 18 PPR super flex. I need 2 flex. All right. Kamara, Pickens, Shakir, Marks, and Alec Pierce. Who would you use? Sport Dog. PPR super flex. Well, I think I would go Kamara. I think that'd be one. They're going to be a pass heavy offense. Pickens is also going to be in a pass heavy shootout game, or at least that's what it's shaping up to be, right? Marks could get some more reps with just the two pieces missing to Houston. Alec Pierce, I think they're going to be running the ball with Taylor or anybody else at this point. I don't know how long that's going to go. And Shakir, I like Shakir. I don't know how much I like it against this Panthers defense, but I like Shakir. I'm gonna go Kamara Pickens in this one here for you, Sports Dog, on a super flex here. That's probably what I'm leaning to. See, I gotta look real quick here. So Kamara's here. Where's Shakir? Shakir's here. So they're both in the mid column. Shakir. Yeah, he's right here. 19.4 from Josh Allen. This is a potential Josh Allen's running the ball a lot today off of bye week. So give me Kamara and Pickens for today here. Jay Rogers. What's up, man? I need a flex receiver this week. My options on waiver: Shaheen, DJ Moore. Oh, okay. Shakir, Jennings, Mooney, Downs, Boutte, and Worthy. I mean, if that's your options here, DJ Moore has to be the top guy. But just because of the environment here that they're playing in for a shootout. Yeah, right here. 50.5 over under. The highest amount. I mean, it's a shootout environment. If the Bears can keep it close, right? And they're going against the Ravens. Doesn't look like Lamar is playing that I saw. He's only seen 16.8 Caleb Williams targets here. I get that. I mean, but still, like from that game environment here, I probably go DJ. But if London's out, again, this comes down to the London situation. If London's out, you got to go Mooney. I'd go out and get Mooney. I know they're playing the Dolphins here, but London's out. I think it's a Mooney game. So you go out and get Mooney if London's out. If not, DJ Moore would be my guy to go get in this list. I do like Xavier Worthy too, but the game environment is not showing that is going to be a much of a passing game. If that helps. Similar to what the Raiders game was last week. So start 2. Leggett, Boutte, Noel. Oh man. That's not what I want. That's who I want. I'm probably leaning here. He's all over the place. Leggett is, and 6 point scored week 5. The matchup against the Bills is my thing I'm looking at here. Olave, Kayshawn, but the Zay, Stephon, Drake, London scored 15 plus against the Bills here. Very boom or bust here. Probably go Noel. Noel. Let's see here. Totals here. Probably go that route. I'll go Xavier. Noel in this one here. Appreciate clip. Clash. Michonne. If Drake London's out, do I drop Gettert and play Mooney? Play Mooney over Schultz, or just play Schultz and Gettert? I don't. I mean, I guess this is I assume a full PPR 12 team in this one here. If we're looking here at tight end streamers I mean, Getterson. I mean, yeah, I don't. If you have options like that, you're playing. I would play Mooney and Schultz if you can. If not, I'm playing Mooney if London's out. I'm dropping Getter to go get Mooney. In that case, yes. So Mooney, Schultz, Getter in that order. In that order. Tez Johnson or Scary Terry? That's good. That's a good question. It's a good question. Let's take a look at Tez. All right. Tez out here. See here, the Buccaneers are 4.5-point road favorites, 25.5 projected team total. Okay. The spread suggests a potential run heavy approach, which we all know how the Buccaneers play. They don't like getting ahead. Evans and Godwin will both miss this game, freeing up at 25% of target share, roughly 8 targets. Egbuka is dealing with a hamstring injury as well. Tez Johnson, a 7th-round rookie, he's been balling over the last 3 games, averaging 12.5 PPR points per game, 5.3 targets, 3 catches, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played 36% of snaps last week, snaps in week 5, only scored 10 points on 4 targets, 72% of snaps in week 6 and scored 11.5 points on 3 targets. And then played 68% of snaps in week 7 and scored 15.8 on 9 targets. So seeing roughly 15% of Baker Mayfield targets. I mean, if Evans and Godwin are out here, Tez Johnson has to be on your radar for a flex matchup here in a high scoring environment. The Saints, we already talked about them allowing the 8th most touchdowns, 6th most PPR points per catch, but holding the wide receivers to the 8th fewest catches, 10th fewest yards, 16th fewest PPR points per game. 6 receivers in 7 games. Marvin Harrison, Jennings, Jackson, Shakir, DeMario, and Boutte scored 16 plus PPR points against the Saints. Man, let's see here. We're scared, Terry. See, Terry's supposed to be the reason it's read is to watch for the potential of him being out for that injury. But he's going against the Chiefs, and that defense is something else. Brutal matchup. 14th fewest catches, 5th fewest yards, 11th fewest touchdowns, 5th fewest PPR points. I can't pull the trigger here. I know Mariota is going to be throwing the ball and all that stuff. Quite frankly, I'd rather take my stab here at Baker. I'm going Tez personally, just based off the target share. Scary Terry's coming back. No Jaden in this one. And potential Debo being back as well against a really good defense. I'm going Tez. I'm going Tez this week. If you're looking for a high side, I'm going Tez. If you're looking Monday night, you're just like, hey man, I just need, maybe 10 points, maybe 8 points. I guess I go with Terry if that helps any. Let's see here. Should I trade Gadsden and Benson for Tet and Downs? Assuming you don't need tight end help or running back help. Right? I'm not crazy here. If you're if you're not needing those that help there, I'd go get Tet. I'd go get Tet with that range for a tight end and running back. As long as you're sitting okay in those positions, I'd make that trade. Hit the gas. Dart or Rogers? Ooh, quarterback one. All right, let's take a look here at Rogers. Right, he's going against the Packers on Sunday Night Football prime time. They're 3-point dogs and playing about 21 points for the game. Packers are 16th best against, or 16th best, I guess. 16th worst. Best. We'll go. We'll just say worse. Whatever. So the narrow spread is just a balanced offensive approach. Aaron Rodgers averaging 16.4 fantasy points per game. He had a boom of 22.6 points last week and had 25.7 week 1. High end QB2 and he meter. Oh my lord! Matchup. Packers defense that just got flamed by Jacoby Brissett last week. They did, which they did. All right, so 16th most passing yards, 11th most passing touchdowns, 16th most fantasy points per game for the Packers defense. 4 QBs in 6 games. Daniels, Prescott, Jacoby, and Joe Flacco scored 16 plus fantasy points against the Packers. 2 of them, Prescott and Brissett, scored 21 plus. So, and Prescott holds the highest here. I mean, this Packers defense hasn't been playing the sharpest by any means. And a lot of people like to say the whole revenge game situation. So I don't hate Rodgers here in the situation. What was my other one? Dart. There he is. So Dart. So they're going to be coming. They're also projected 7-point road underdogs. Only implied total of 18.25. I mean, look what they did against the freaking Broncos, right? Scored 17 plus fantasy points in all 4 games, including 23.6 against the San Fran Eagles. By the way, 28.4 in week 7. 54, 58 rushing yards, touchdown in all 4 games. He built a sturdy floor in this month. By end QB2 for Dart here. All right, let's take a look here at the matchup. This is where it's at. 7 games, Eagles present an up and down matchup, right? 5th most rushing yards, 7th most rushing touchdowns. Hold them the 16th fewest passing yards, 4th fewest passing touchdowns, 15th fewest per fantasy points per game. 4 QBs in 7 games. Patrick Mahomes, Baker, Bo Nix, and Jackson Dart himself scored 15 plus fantasy points against the Eagles. Wow. And Dart holds the current high score against Philadelphia at 23.6 against them. So he scored, not only did he pass well, almost 200 yards and touchdown, he had a rushing touchdown and 58 yards rushing. High side, if this was a full PPR game, I'm going Dart. Dart's the answer here. So, Jeff, I hope that helps in that range. Hopefully, I mean, the way Philadelphia is kind of playing, I mean, look what Dart against the Broncos here. I'm going Dart in the situation. Again, guys, free to you this week. This what I'm using today. Free to you this week. Email Mikey at baseandbrewedff.com. Subject, week winner. And he'll send that week winner to you for free this week. So you can go out, make your decisions just like I'm showing you today. Let's see here. We'll do let's here. So we got Daddle, Algier, or White. I like Daddle ahead of this one. I'll take Daddle, White, and then Algier. If that helps you in any way. But Rashad's been such a part of this offense here. Yeah, never mind. We're going Rashad White. Rashad White in this one here. Daddle and Algier are behind him. Daddle not far, but I would go Rashad White. He has a blue dot this week here. No Godwin, no Evans, right? Or I don't think any Godwin. I don't know about Godwin yet. Most likely no Godwin. But yeah, I'm taking Rashad White in this one here while Bucky's out. So for that offense. Chase, Algier, Daddle, Woody, Warren. Let's see here. We're going Chase. Sorry. Let's see here. Chase, Algier, Daddle, Woody, Warren. what I want to do here. Let's see here. We got our starts here. So Chase Brown. So we'll ride here with the week winner here. We'll go Jalen Warren. Okay, so he's gonna get his touches. He's gonna, I mean, whether they go anywhere or not, that's the thing, but he's gonna get his touches here. Most likely Houston is coming from behind, so probably want to avoid Marks. Or sorry, Woody. Daddle is an option here. Algiers an option here, and so Chase. And Chase is probably right here with the green dot. I mean, they're gonna have touchdown opportunities here. I'm going Warren and Chase in this one. For the two running backs here. Daddle not far behind. Algier probably a little further behind, and then Houston's I don't think going to be up here, so I'm going Chase and Warren in this one. What's up, Mando? Ugly spot for me. Fields or Cousins. I'm right there with you. One of my leagues. I might have a quarterback in one for all I know by the time I get to it. Tell you. Fields or Cousins. Take a look here at the QB streamers here. I know he doesn't have it here. I mean, Michael Penix, we'll just look at his real quick here. He's matchup against the Dolphins. It's a nice, pretty one, right? There's a chance, though. Cousins doesn't have to do much in this game after early on, just the way Miami defense is. So, Tyrod's out. Gosh, man. This is a disgusting one here. Really disgusting one. Jets, Bengals. No, I know Fields has had a bad couple games, but he was passing over the 200 mark for the first 4 weeks, and then it's just gone to crap. And personally, for me, I would probably lean more Cousins. I mean, I'm talking like a 51-49 mark. I'd probably go Cousins, then Fields. So yeah, I'd probably go Cousins. Justice Hill, we're going Kyle. We're going Kyle. But welcome to Bye Week Hill. I think we all are. So I'm going Kyle in this one here. I like Hill and all that. But Kyle saw a little bit of snaps here and the gains for a potential shootout. I'm going Kyle. Should I roll with the Tampa or Niners defense here? Well, let's move over to the streamers tab. This is all presented to you. Again, Mikey at basementbrewedff.com. You get your subject as week winner, and he'll send you this week winner so you can see all these streamers here. But I like, we'll go to the defensive tabs here, and this is kind of what he's favored based off the opponent's implied point total. Buccaneers, right now going against the Saints, that's an implied total of 21. The 49ers going against the Texans, implied of 21.5. With the injuries at hand, Nico out, Kirk out, I'm probably leaning more 49ers defense than I am leaning Buccaneers. Just off, this might not have the full updated implied total, but I'm leaning 49ers for you. I'd go 49ers personally myself over the Bucks. For that, just because how they've been playing, right? Who should I flex? DJ Moore, Pollard, or Woody Marks? Well, I wouldn't go Woody. I'd be between Pollard and DJ. I'd probably lean DJ because he's going to be more of a shootout, potential shootout with that there. So I would go DJ Moore in this one. We talked a little bit about DJ Moore and Pollard already on the show here. Just again, the game script, the game environment to me, what I saw in the data, Here, I would go DJ Moore. What up? What's up, dude? Full PPR. Pick 2 QBs. Fields at Cincy. Cousins versus Miami. Rodgers, Green Bay. Flacco, the OG, Mr. Cool. Heck yeah, dude. Man. Man, oh, man. So we're not going Fields. Fields is last. Cousins is a maybe at this point. And you're too worried about London, but let's see here. You got Flacco. Okay, so Flacco must be here. But we had Rodgers here as well. So we talked about Rodgers a little bit already. Let me look into little Joe Flacco action here. He scored 26 fantasy points in a second start with the Bengals. 31-47, passing with 342 and 3 touchdowns. High projected team total in matchup and a okay matchup. Joe Flacco is a low floor, high QB, high ceiling QB2 and streaming option. Most likely Skarner and the Jets. I believe Sauce isn't playing that. I might have just saw that, but I'll have to check again. The Jets are holding QBs the 8th fewest passing yards, allow the 8th most passing touchdowns. Is the thing. And I mean, you got Jason Higgins there. Aaron Rodgers, Baker, Tua, and Dak all scored 15 plus fantasy points with the Jets here. Yeah, man, I'm going Flacco Rodgers in this one here. We can take a look here too. 16th Packers defense is only allowing the 16th most PPR points here. So yeah, I'm going Rodgers and Flacco in this run here. I don't mind Cousins either. But the only thing is that there's no London, you're probably dumping it off. Penix at least has that rushing aspect to it versus Cousins. He's probably just be more of a statue guy. He could maybe want to come out and pop it, but you're going against the Dolphins, who are third best. Oh, man. It's a tough one. Pick 2 on this one. Like, I think Rodgers is going to come out and he's going to want to play. I think Flacco's going to come out and play well. He has T and Chase, your favorable matchup against the Jets team, right? I mean, Jets are only 13th, allowed the 13th most points per game, PPR points per game. But your Dolphins team is awful. They might be more of a run part here, But man, that's such a big. What's the point totals here? 18.5, 26. So 26 versus 25. But they're going against their 7.5 point favorites, 44.5. So same over under total there for those two. All right. I'm still going my way. I'm going Flacco Rodgers, and not far behind him would be Cousins, but I'm going Flacco and Rodgers as my start too. All right, all. Hopefully this has helped you. Again, Mikey at BasementBrewedFF.com. Put the subject week winner. And get this the rest of the morning here, and even into your evening here for free this week. For free this week, guys. Week winner in the subject. Get it sent over to you. So hopefully, I know no Mikey today, but hey, that was a fun. I had a blast doing it. I had a blast talking here. Gotta go fix my lineups, but it was a blast here. I'll be back on here within a little under an hour on the Rec Room Sports Hub. We'll be talking some player prop bets as well as answering any existing fantasy questions and discussing stuff with a couple of my guys, Scott Coben and Alan Peralta. So we'll be back on I'll be back on the Rec Room Sports Hub a little less than an hour, going over inactives, but also taking a look at some lines, some totals, and some player props for the day. So swing over and check me out there. Of course, utilizing this and a couple other tools. Some other things I use dig deeper too, or for betting perspectives. But this is a big part of my day to day, of my Sunday, of my Saturday. So it's kind of where I'm at here. All right, I'll give this last comment here. Last comment. Kill for you. Hey, yeah, love it. Kyron and Olave for Mahomes. My teams is Gibbs, Chase Brown, CD, Sutton, Rashee Rice. Oh, but you lose Kyron. Let's see here. Give me a minute. Give me a minute here. Checking something here. Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah, give me a sec. Kyron and Olave for Mahomes. Gibbs, Chase Brown, CD, Sutton, Richai. Who's your quarterback now? Who do you got now? If you don't have any more running back depth, I would hate to take this trade if you got a decent quarterback. Flacco and Stafford. I feel that, right? Now you do got to remove the fandom part of it, right? And which I think you understand. What's your running back depth and anything outside of the two guys, or is this going to put you in a streamers match or streamers deal for the rest of the year? Yeah, after this few games, right? I think we're in a favorable schedule going towards the end of the year for it here. So I feel depends what your running back situation looks like here. I love it here. I think Stafford is plenty, but I guess if you're looking for that next level, and you could also capitalize this up with Rashee Rice too, right? Coming back, I'd pull the move. I'd pull the move. Not just because I'm a Mahomes guy, right? But I'd pull the move because you can get that combo there. Rashee Rice is going to be a huge part of this offense here for the Chiefs. So, yeah, I do it. See if you can't add in some kind of like low end RB, but have Bill at the bench. Okay, Hampton. Yeah, I know. I got Hampton too. Yeah, I would try to maybe try to get a low end RB 2-3 with that trade there, but I'd pull it. So best of luck. Hopefully you get it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting out of here. I got to go set some lineups, make some bets. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers here. And I'm going to try to keep dropping those shorts for you because I think it is informative as the information drops from Mikey. He works on this thing over 30 hours a week. Okay. Over 30 hours to get this thing going. All the details you see here, the data that's provided here, it's what he does all the way through the Super Bowl, through the playoffs. It's not just your weekly. So, yeah, no problem, Kill. So, all right. Get out of here. Like, subscribe. Give us a follow as well. We'll be back next Sunday for your week 9. Holy cow. Week 9 start sit questions right here on Basement Brewed Fantasy Football's YouTube channel and anywhere else you might be watching it. Twitch, my X, Facebook, all that good stuff. So without further ado, see you guys.